continuing the series called Finding Yourself, based directly from the book Building a Sanctuary in the Heart, Bלבבי, משכן אבנה, by Rabbi Itamar Schwartz. The section is called Clarifying the Purpose of Life. The primary task of a person's service of Hashem is to clearly identify the purpose of his life. Every Jew knows as a matter of course that there is a Creator who created the world, including oneself, and he also sustains the entire world, including oneself. The Creator of the world tells each person what he expects of him. The root of the problem, however, lies in the fact that the person doesn't have a clear idea of what Hashem wants from him. What exactly does Hashem ask and expect him to do in his life? One might ask, are we dealing with someone who doesn't know that we have a Torah given to us from heaven? We already received the Torah, which explains that man's purpose throughout his life is to fulfill the 613 mitzvot. However, the truth is that the world is called Olam, which relates to the world He'alem, concealed, because here in this world there's tremendous confusion. It's Hashem's will that as long as one doesn't yearn and work very hard to ascertain precisely what does Hashem your God seek from you, then he will not know it. His life will progress with confusion and obscurity, and he will not have a method of how to serve the Creator of the universe. The point is that although undoubtedly a person knows that he must keep the 613 mitzvot, service of Hashem is not merely the fulfillment of unrelated mitzvot whenever they present themselves. Rather, the 613 mitzvot must be fulfilled as if one is building an edifice, so that the mitzvot will build a person properly. Therefore, there needs to be a clearly defined method of fulfilling the mitzvot in an organized, structured form. One must know what is to be the beginning of the structure, the continuation of the structure, and what is the goal of fulfilling all the mitzvot. In other words, a person must clarify how fulfilling mitzvot builds his soul, and what process to follow in order to achieve this. There are 613 mitzvot given to man, but he must identify and choose with which of these mitzvot to begin. Obviously, there are mitzvot that apply daily, and those that apply at specific times, and we know when to fulfill them. We're not discussing those. There is a mitzvah to love God, and a mitzvah to fear God, and another mitzvah to cleave to God, and many such mitzvot. One must put them into a set order. Not knowing the correct order is a state of he'elem, concealment. When there is he'elem, it is difficult to attain the goal of the mitzvot. First of all, before attempting to clarify these issues, there must exist a true desire to gain clarity in the matters. One must view life in a correct manner, understanding what our situation is in this world, namely that our entire life is only for the purpose of serving Hashem. It is our obligation as well as our privilege to clarify the meaning of our life here. We must understand and appreciate that the place for our ultimate rest and pleasure in the world of reward is Gan Eden. Our entire purpose here in this world is to serve Hashem. We must identify a solid path which we will follow in order to serve Him. The matters that we deal with here are not abstract ideas or the like, but a way of life in the most literal sense, a program of how to live a true life on earth, a life that brings a person to the desired goal. Bezrat Hashem will endeavor to clarify the issues proceeding from easier levels to more difficult ones, step by step, presenting a ladder of growth that is as clear to understand as possible. In this way, we will see before us a well-established path for serving Hashem. This has been a project of the Finding Holiness podcast. Listen, subscribe, rate, and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you receive your daily podcasts. Support the show or sponsor a class by heading to our website, findingholiness.buzzsprout.com.